Not every nonprofit business model calls for the use of volunteers within the organization. And how can nonprofits like that still work with companies and really engage with companies in some of the ways that you were talking about for some of the goals that you were talking
That's
about?
a really great question. You know, we've had organizations, some surprising ones, and I won't mention, but very national organizations coming to us and saying, can we use your platform to, we're finding that we're losing out on money that we were getting from grants before or just employee giving campaigns, and we realize that we have to create volunteer opportunities. Again, I don't think this is necessarily going to work for everybody, but I will say that this is what the companies want, and it's an important touch point so that they start to get a trust level and a good feeling about your organization. Much as Chris talked about, the two differences in stories are fantastic, and having no interaction with your organization, it's going to be very tough to get other people to and really kind of grow your slice of the pie, while at the same time it's shrinking through, you know, the CFC and things like that. So I don't know that I have a great answer for that, but I'm telling you that some organizations who you wouldn't expect to have volunteer opportunities are thinking of ways to engage employees in where it may not feel like a volunteer opportunity. It could be education around. I'll make one up. Well, it's like Red Cross. And they do have volunteer opportunities, but it's things that are not necessarily feel like volunteer opportunities, where they're coming and training your company how to be ready for disasters. That's a benefit to the company, but it gives you a touch point with the organization, and then people are like, oh, I like that organization, I'm going to give them a donation.
Well, it's actually a program of Red Cross, but I'll take it. You know, in my previous life at Booz Allen, we actually were dealing with a lot of these things very early on, and found that our engagement with nonprofits was very much kind of transactional. And we actually went out and did seminars for nonprofits, to your question on how can you better leverage the resources that we have to meet needs that you have that aren't traditional volunteer needs. So what's your organization again?
Southern Poverty Law Center.
Okay, Southern Poverty Law Center. So I would imagine you probably have a whole cadre of pro bono lawyers that you might lean on for, which is basically volunteer engagement. So thinking, you know, beyond that, how do you then activate that group and their networks through social media? You know, and through the platform. So, you know, I know a little bit about you guys from other worlds I'm in. Do you need pro bono assistance? What we used to do is, at Booz Allen, we would look to our charitable partners. Instead of providing legions of volunteers, we would say, are you trying to go through some kind of, or you have an organizational issue, a transformational type of issue that you're dealing with, either organizational structure, organizational design, and literally come in with significant, massive resources at a very high level to do an engagement. It would cost you millions of dollars that we would do for free, which then attaches you very closely to the leadership of the organization. So that's some other ways that are non-traditional.